Hey everyone, and welcome to the Infinite Respawn Podcast. I'm Chicken.
I'm Oak Tree.
I'm Grif.
I'm Baka.
What's up,
What
guys?
up?
How's
How is
everybody's
everybody?
holiday?
Oh, it was great. Fantastic. Just the way I like it. Slow and nothing going on. Yay.
Lots
More time
of
for
cooking,
gaming.
lots of baking.
Yes, there was so much food. I
So
love the
much
cooking
food.
part of holidays. That's
Oh,
my
yay,
favorite
food.
part.
But the thing that upset me, though, I got no turkey. None.
How do you not have
'Cause
turkey on Thanksgiving?
My wife's family evidently is anti-turkey. I didn't know this. We always made the turkeys in the past.
Actively anti-turkey? Like, we think that it's wrong to eat birds?
More of the way of, hey, we don't really like turkey, and it's kind of annoying because it's like, really?
Turkey's like the most, like, chicken and turkey are the two interchangeable things that are generic and everybody will eat, right? Except for your family. What the hell's wrong with your people, man?
I don't know. Like, my
Your
family loves
people.
it. Like it. Well, and here's the thing: is like we had ham, and I was like, no, ham's for Christmas.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's Thanksgiving turkey.
No. I
Christmas
have ham
ham.
on Thanksgiving as well.
You're wrong.
Okay, well, you're wrong.
No. We have turkey as well, but we
Oh
also
no, you can do
have ham.
both.
Okay,
I'm okay
fine.
with both. But it's turkey is associated with Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Yes.
We even
The
have a
gobble.
whole ritual that's probably one of the dumbest things ever that our president pardons a bird.
turkey.
You
Pardon
know,
the
I mean-
turkey, not just the bird.
Do you think
a
he's mad
turkey.
this year that the turkey didn't say thanks? I feel like he's that kind of guy.
All right, let's not
I
get
don't know.
political here.
He didn't tweet about it, did he? I don't know.
Yeah.
So.
Let's not get political now.
But yeah, I mean, like I don't know. We just didn't have that. But I did have fun though because we ended up going. My brother-in-law finally has given in. He's more of a sports guy, but he's been kind of a PlayStation guy for a long time, and so he convinced me on Thanksgiving Day, which I'm anti going anywhere on Thanksgiving Day, to go to our local GameStop because he was trying to get this special that was on there. Well, he's never done Black Friday sales in any way whatsoever. So we show up, and of course it's an hour and a half or 2 hours after they opened, and the special he wanted, of course, is gone.
Of course, I mean, that shit's
They
gonna
were
fly.
open on Thanksgiving.
They were
Yes.
open on Thanksgiving.
Man,
They
fuck
opened it.
any company that thinks they need to be open on Thanksgiving that is not
they
an
opened it-
emergency service.
Opened up at 4 p.m. on, and
Still
we got there at
stupid.
like 6 p.m.
Still stupid.
Jesus.
And so we go in, and of course there's this long line on the inside. Now the good thing is the side of town that I live on, there's not a whole lot of traffic. So it was, we were in and out in 30 minutes, whatever. But we walked in, and the first thing I saw when I walked in, Baka's about to have a fit. You ready? When I walked in, the first thing I saw was this giant plush Yoshi.
God damn it.
Then I saw the price. $50. $50 for this plush Yoshi that is, I mean, it's, a quarter the size of an actual human. So it's not, massive, large, but it was $50. But it was on special for $30. But then they had this deal to where if you bought this bag for $1.99, you got 25% off whatever fit in the bag. Well, he would fit in the bag. But I was like, no, I don't want the bag. So I'm not doing that. Well, when I went to go ring up, sure enough, they charged me the extra $1.99 to get me seven more dollars off. So I was like, okay, whatever. It's okay. I'm all right with it because it ended up saving me money. But then my brother-in-law decides that he's not going anywhere else. He's going to stay in line, and ended up getting a PlayStation 4, but he got the Call of Duty one. It's camouflage.
Oh my god.
Lovely.
Yeah, and so
Will you
and
ever
Griff's
find
gonna
that
love.
in your living room?
Yeah, Griff's gonna love this one. Well, he's got a basement that's got 3 televisions in front of it, whatever. But because he's, like I said, big sports guy, so they'll do multi screens while football or something's going on. And he, the first thing he said was, he goes, "Good, it's camouflage. I can hide it from the kids." And I was like, Griff would love you for that.
Wow. Throw the plush Yoshi at him.
Yeah. But so we ended up doing that. In and out, 30 minutes. Wasn't so bad. It's the only time I've done Black Friday, probably.
But it wasn't Friday, it was Thursday, which
It's
is
the
dumb
only
thing.
time I've done a sale like that. We'll put it that way.
Oh,
in
it's so
probably
stupid.
like 12 years, 13 years, something like that. And the only time I did it before, it was only Fridays that things were open.
That was a millennia ago. Everybody's
Yeah, I
open
know,
on Thursday
right?
now.
It's crazy that things are open on Thursdays. I couldn't believe it, but that's what I did on my Thanksgiving.
Yeah, no, they've been doing that for a while. It's like, oh, well, we got to be ahead of the curve of every other retail department, so we're going to be open on Thanksgiving. Oh, yeah? Well, we're going to be open, like, even earlier on Thanksgiving, like in the morning. And
We're going to eventually have to push Thanksgiving back because the sales are going to open like 6 a.m. on Thursday, and nobody's going to get to eat Thanksgiving dinner until like Saturday.
Evidently, Best Buy had a sale that I think you had to purchase Wednesday night or early Thursday morning. You had to like go online and book a television. So you ordered the TV ordered the TV online, and then you stood in a long ass line outside of the store waiting to pick up a TV.
And I can't help that I'm making it. Like I really? That's where we are as people. I can't. I'm gonna have to just stay quiet because I can't.
Yeah.
Carry on.
you know, because we do Thanksgiving dinner like basically as a breakfast in the morning, and give thanks to what we already have, and then go out and punch the shit out of each other for more shit, so we can be thankful for getting that next year.
I'm thankful for all the stores opening so early.
I'm thankful for the massive amount of self-restraint that I have right this second.
Right?
We're all thankful for that.
Oh my
You should
God.
be. Everybody should be thankful for that.
Yeah, it was bad, but he got a good decent deal on his PS4, and he's not able to do anything with it until today. So I don't know why.
It's called
decided
Cyber
to-
Monday. You get
like
the
probably
same
better
kind of
deal
deals,
on like
only without the hassle and the punching.
I'm gonna start sending him like deals today that are
That's
on
actually
Cyber
not
Monday.
true. With Amazon, I spent the entire weekend watching a graphics card because I'm about to upgrade all of my stuff. My tower is sitting over there. I just need all of the stuff to go in it. But I was watching this graphics card, the one that Chicken just got, actually, and it dropped all the way to, actually, it's the one right above that. It dropped all the way to $429 from $489, and I was like, well, I should buy it now. And we're like, no, Cyber Monday, we should wait until then. Everything is $500 or more right now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Cyber Monday is bullshit, apparently. Apparently, even online, it's Black Friday over the weekend or nothing.
Yeah.
So-
Like they do their sales thing.
It
Like
used
there's
to
no
be actually, well, Cyber Mondays used to be really good deals, but
But not
Well,
anymore when you can do Black Friday online.
the Black
Yeah.
Friday, Amazon did it from like Monday all the way to Monday, like a whole week worth of Black Friday deals. So, I mean, Cyber Monday is no longer a thing, and neither is Black Friday. It's just Thanksgiving sales.
Yeah.
Pretty much what it is.
Yeah.
Black Friday starts Wednesday night, so
Black
Yeah.
Friday starts Monday night, Monday afternoon, before
the amount
Thanksgiving.
okay.
So, what games has everybody been playing during the holiday season?
PUBG,
Yeah. Well,
Heroes
I
of
know
the
it's a
Storm.
little unseasonal, but I finally tried out Little Nightmares, and I don't know why, like, probably half an hour, 45 minutes into the game, I told Chicken, I was like, I don't even know why I tried this. It's a platformer. What was I thinking? Because I'm garbage at platformers, and I was garbage at
Is
this
it that
one, too.
hard? I mean, it didn't. Like, I own the game, but I haven't.
I'm not.
loaded it, but-
I'm not good
She's
with
not good
spatially
with-
aware stuff from a side-scrolling point of view, and so I keep jumping off the sides of shit because I just am incredibly spatially unaware.
her
like-
depth perception is awful.
I just can't.
Like, oh my gosh, he walked out of the door and just walked right off the fucking railing. Like she just went.
Chicken
Whoom.
come and do for me.
I was like,
And I
"Are
was
you
like-
serious?"
Yeah, I was like, I just need you to do this part because I'm really bad at it. He got me through that part, and he's like, okay, here's your controller back because I was playing it on Xbox. And I walked through the next door and immediately off the side of the bridge, and it puts me back 2 rooms. And I was like, he's like, I'm not doing it again.
Like it's just a straight path. Somehow
No.
she just walked out and then just walked right off, and I was like,
I didn't
"How?"
realize I was like moving, I guess, towards the forefront because it's sideways. I thought I was going.
no depth perception. She can't. Like it's all just
Yeah,
one
but
dimension.
if it's a 2D platformer,
No, it's a 3D
Don't-
platformer.
It's a
okay.
3D
That makes a little more
side-scroller.
sense. I was about to say, if it's a 2D platformer, why do you need depth perception for this?
It's a 3-dimensional platformer where it's side-scrolling, but there's depth to it. You can go to the background or come to the foreground. It's
Yeah, so
interesting.
it's something we rented from GameFly, so I uninstalled it and handed the disc to Chicken, who will actually play it and enjoy it because he's good at those kinds of things. And because I was just frustrated at that point, I was like, Why
I
did
got
I
it right
even
here.
try this? Why did I think this was a good idea?
Because you did. You were wrong, but you thought it was a good idea.
Yep. So that's what I did.
I saved chicken by running over 2 people in PUBG.
Oh my god. Oh my god, that was glorious. I considered myself dead. Like, I landed, ran through a warehouse, and some dude I saw running right past me, loading his gun. I was like, oh shit, I'm dead. So I ran out of the fucking warehouse and just took off towards where Baka was. I'm like, Baka, they're behind me. And I hear pet, 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 pet coming around my corners. I'm just like, oh my god. I just keep running. And Baka's like, don't worry, I got you. Comes flying next to me with a Jeep and spamming his horn and fucking misses the first guy, swerves back around, and all I heard was one person gets knocked out, and then he runs over another one, he kills him, and I'm fucking on the other side of the map. Just gone.
Imagine the other guys are like, we're gonna kill this motherfucker, and they're chasing chicken, and then like out of the distance they hear beep 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 and they die. Like, what the fuck?
Hey, I hopped out, I looted both their bodies, got me and chicken some guns, and then we continued on from there.
Hell yeah.
So not only did you humiliate them by running over them with your car, you stole their shit. You're the worst kind of murderer, but the best. At the
Well, I
same
didn't
time.
have a gun. What else was I gonna do?
It's not murder, it's battle royale.
Exactly.
It's survival.
Oh, that's priceless. Those
You
guys
can't kill
probably
my
quit
friend.
That's my job. Oh, sorry, chicken.
Oh, that's funny.
That's happened a few times too.
That's awesome.
More than once, yeah.
Yes. The other game we got from GameFly, we got Injustice 2 that I started playing last night.
I haven't started it yet.
I started playing it. It's pretty fun. It feels a lot like the first one. But I have to say, like, playing through the story, that's fine. I enjoyed it all. Once you get out and you go to the character customization, the game gets fucking weird. Like, I've played a few fighters. No, I'm not considering myself a fucking... But I don't think I've ever played fighters where there are, like, loadouts for your gear in a fighter game.
Wow, that's an interesting mechanic.
Like-
Yeah, he's like, look at this, and I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure they talked about that like when it launched.
Like, it's so
can't
weird
remember.
to equip stats onto your fighter. It's like,
It
wanna
does
say-
seem really weird.
I want to say another fighter's done something similar, but I can't put my finger on what it was.
it's just...
So does it? So I mean, it just affects how you
No,
play.
it's
So
all
if you were
your...
playing it.
Yeah, like, it affects your
just
stats,
stats.
your health, your attack, your tech
So like,
damage.
if you put on this shirt, you hit 2 times harder than if you were wearing this shirt.
Yeah.
But I
like,
mean, how does that balance? Like if you're playing online.
That's a good question.
it doesn't...
I mean, because I watched. I guess it was like last week or the week before they had the Injustice 2 tournament going on, and I watched the last couple matches of that, which was because there was one guy that was an underdog and just kept going all the way up to the finals, and it was fun to watch. So I kept watching it, and he was playing Batman most of the time, but I figured everything that he was doing was what Batman's supposed to have. Like he's got like a grappling hook and
Yeah,
like
but this,
boomerangs
like, they
and stuff.
make... Like, the tech damage makes his batarang and things like that do more damage.
Yeah, it's not like he's
weird.
changing out weaponry or anything. It's basically it's like outfit pieces that boost his stats. It'll give him increased strength, so he does more damage per punch.
But
or-
everybody has those same options, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it's
there's
not
no buying in it.
one of those things. Okay, you're not.
But it is
getting
loot-
It's
boxes
not
and
loot
shit.
boxes.
It
or
is loot
anything.
boxes.
Oh my god!
What?
Is
The
it?
progression system is loot boxes. Like, you get
Oh.
these super mega pieces of gear as you play the story, but the progression is loot box based. You get these like little chests that you have to unlock, and then they give you 2 to 4 pieces of random gear for your characters.
Is it specific for that character, or is it one of those? So that way,
No,
there's
the loot
more
boxes are
playability
for
where you have to go
everybody.
back and through.
The
Okay.
loot boxes are for everybody.
So like, if you're like, I'm not playing Green Lantern right now. I'm playing Batman as my main, but I just got 3 loot boxes in a row that has Green Lantern stuff.
You can transform gear, like re-roll it into stuff that you would want.
How many times can you re-roll? Like, what if you just keep getting stuff you don't want?
I
know I'm asking you all these questions
I
like
haven't
you're an
done.
expert.
Yeah, that's fine. I haven't done too much into it, but I just find the whole aspect super weird.
That is weird.
Huh.
Yeah.
It's an interesting thing. I don't really know what to call it. I mean,
it's very out of place for a game like that. I'm just happy they didn't make it so that you could just buy the loot boxes outright. Otherwise, you'd just be. Also, some of the things on the gear are game changing, but they're only usable in single player stuff. Like
okay.
One of Green Lantern's ability is he summons up a brick wall and then punches through it and knocks the other person away. If you have a special piece of gear, you can use that skill. It makes it so that skill does a arena transition. So it does a shitload
so
more.
When you punch it through the wall, it goes to the next arena.
Yeah, pretty much. Like you hit him so fucking hard, you blow him into the next, basically the next area.
I wonder if that always transitions to things that would make sense, or if you're like fighting at the top of a skyrise and I punch you through this wall and we're in a swamp now. Wait a minute, what?
Well, seeing as how some of the fucking supers are just out of this world, like, I mean, one of the Supergirls is she fucking grabs you and flies you up into the fucking space, swings around the sun, and then throws you into asteroids and fucking I-beams you down to the ground.
Superman did that in the first one.
Yeah.
Something really similar.
Yeah.
Because I remember thinking, this doesn't make any sense that Superman just pulled this person that couldn't otherwise breathe in space into space.
Yeah. I find Batman super interesting. Like, his is just he tackles somebody and then fucking, like, wraps their legs together with a little balloon and fucking flies them up into the air, grabs them with the bat plane, and then throws them down, shoots them with rockets and whatnot, and then they land. It's like, what the fuck? That's pretty
okay,
Batman-esque.
Sure, that's a thing.
Yes, it was
but
interesting.
Without superpowers, he's got to make sure his is just as flashy as everyone else's.
What are your superpowers? I'm rich.
Yes.
That's not a superpower. Oh yeah, tell that to Iron Man.
True. Touche.
But I am enjoying the story. It's an Injustice game, so it's got a good story going along with it, and I'm enjoying it. So.
Does it continuation from the first one, or is it a separate storyline?
An exact continuation.
That's all.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
like
will
they've been
say
continuing
it
the
takes place
storyline in
the
comics
second
for a
universe.
while.
It takes place in the second universe, not back in the original that we dealt with in Injustice 2. Like this is or in the original Injustice. This one is completely based in what happens after Injustice.
Cool.
So it's very, very interesting.
I like it. I like it a lot.
So do I. It's pretty fun. I'll probably be playing it for the rest of the day. Finishing it, at least.
Lord have mercy. I played Destiny 2. A lot of Destiny 2. And I finally beat like the main campaign part, which was really fun. I enjoyed that part. And now I'm addicted. They've got these little things that have like, it looks like a crown. And so it's like other missions, and it helps create kind of backstory to some of the worlds and stuff that you have going on, or characters they've introduced. And then they have one. They've got like the Nightfall Strike. Of course, they have the strikes, and then they have like the Nightfall Strike, and the Nightfall Strike is timed. It's like 20 minutes.
Okay.
And it doesn't. There's no match play. Like there's no. Like, I'm used to going into a strike and they just add 2 people with me. Nope. So I show up, I'm by myself, and I've got 20 minutes, and it's like, recommended, you must be 240 on light. And I'm at like 250 when I show up, and it's like really hard to get through. A lot of Taken, and they're brutal. I mean, brutal. And so I'm like, So I went from the first time I played through it, trying to get through it. I think I had 2 minutes left when I got into this underground thing, to now I'm about 8 minutes when I get to the underground thing. So I just continue as I add light. I go back to this to see how stronger I am in playing. But I've also come up with some strategies on how to get past the first group. But it's fun. I like the fact that, and I don't remember this from the first one. It could be I just didn't play it enough, but that you could upgrade the gear completely. Like, so like you basically eat one piece of gear and it adds to the gear. So if you like the stats basically of one piece of gear that you have and the way that it looks on your character, then you just, if there's a higher one, so let's say that you have one that's the one that yours is 250 and then you've gotten a 256 or 257 of that same style of gear, then you can just eat it basically, and it makes that level, and it keeps the same look. But it also adds some of the stats. So if one of yours has recovery, but it doesn't have resilience, and the other one has resilience, it'll add some of that resilience over to your gear. So it's kind of a nice addition. But I'm slowly figuring out how to play this damn game, I guess. So, but it's entertaining. Played lots of hours into it during the holidays, but it's been pretty good. And now it looks like it's in the news.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you how you felt about the XP stuff that's going on with it.
I understand, like, because basically, the deal with the XP, according to what I'm reading here, is that if it's something that you could go in and constantly just spam, basically, just go over and do over and over again to just grind, that your XP, they made it to where your XP wouldn't raise as quickly as it would if you were trying to do, like, a longer mission, like a raid or something like that. Or if you're in the Crucible, but they've changed that now. The only problem I see with this, and it's there are ways to get as much loot, get loot quickly, and one of the ways to do that is to go into a public event, and when the public event ends and you pick up your loot, you can immediately fast travel to the closest landing point, and you actually have the capability, if you do that, to a lot of times it'll change your server you're on, and you might hit the end part of that same event. And as long as you participate in that event in any way, so as long as you've just even hit one guy, then you're participating in that event, and you can pick up the loot again, and then you can do that over and over again and change servers. Now they might have changed that mechanic, but I was reading online about it because there was one of the things was how to get, because I had to get exotic engram, and I was like, how do I get an exotic engram? Like, do I have to play the raid? You know what? Because I figured it had to be something difficult. But it was, you just have to play through these heroic public events, and you just have to do them enough to where you can. And that was one of the technique that the guy recommended. I didn't want to do that. Instead, what I would do is go to one, and then I'd wait for the other one, and then I'd move to the other one, because usually there's 2 or 3 in each little planet, and so I'd go to each one of those and just cycle through them. But it was it's kind of interesting that they've changed it, and now it looks like they've eliminated that as a possibility, so your XP would raise quicker. But I didn't feel
then they doubled the amount of XP needed, though.
Yeah.
So. I mean, if it was just a loot thing, you'd think that it would be something that they could implement. If people were doing what you were talking about, which is basically event jumping, essentially,
right,
you would think that the easy fix to something like that would be instituting a cooldown on how often you can pick up loot from the same event. Like, even if it was a different server, it's the same event, so you should have to wait to be able to pick up loot again. But it seems like it's more of a widespread thing, instead of it just being the only issue is people can jump from event to event. It was that people were... there was certain things that were constraining XP, so they took that away to make it... I don't know. It's so weird. I don't...
But, I didn't feel like I had a problem progressing to 20 at all. Like, 20 was pretty easy to get to. So it's after that, I guess, that they're having the problem. Because every time you go up a level... Every time you go up a level, it gives you one of those bright engrams, right?
Right.
Which is essentially a loot box. And then you have to go and unlock that or whatever. And I didn't feel like I had a hard time getting to 20. It's after 20, I guess what would be the equivalent to 25, really. So the first 5 levels after that, even though you don't actually go up a level, I was getting them pretty quickly. And now I'm not getting them as quick, so I'm not really sure why that is. Now, it could be because they changed that, or I'm just playing differently than I was before. But I try to kill all shit between point A and point B. Because I love the mechanics of the game, and going through and killing stuff from point A to point B doesn't bother me. And now they have random... it'll be like bosses, like little mini bosses that are kind of in between, that aren't part of any type of public event that I know of, but they'll be up, and they like, one of the ones with like the yellow stripe, and then they'll always have some type of shield on them too. and they're hard as shit to kill. And I'll kill those, and they'll drop loot boxes that way. And they're just random. Like, I have no idea where these things come from. Like, I don't know if somebody else started patrol somewhere, and I'm just reaping the benefit from it because they died and didn't go back or what. But I've killed quite a few of them that way. So, it's interesting to me that I'm not really sure how I feel about it, because it feels like people are just bitching to bitch about something, and Bungie was trying to set it up to where it's like, we don't want you to just sit there and play public events the whole time. Ironically, though, one of the things the other day, or one of the challenges for this week, was to go on like Nessus, I think, and play through a bunch of events. So I don't like a bunch of public events. So it's like, I'm not really sure why they would set it up that way, but oh well. Maybe they'll get whatever that is fixed. But it has not hurt gameplay for me anyway, because I'm not really worried about the whole XP thing. I feel like I'm progressing quick enough, and I'm having fun. And I've just playing through some of the public events alone.
I was just rereading through some of this, and one of the things that one of the articles says about it is that the constraint that they had originally put in, some players felt like it was to slow the time it took to get free bright engrams, which you can buy for real world money. Right. How do you feel about the fact that Bungie might have been trying a little EA strat right there, if that's the case? And I'm not saying that it is, because that's alleged.
I think you have to put something, if you're going to have something that you can buy with real world money, and which I looked up the pricing of it the other day. It's like, because they have options. You go to one dealer, and when you go to that dealer, they sell things with dust, bright dust or something like that. And
oh my god, they're selling drugs. You go to a dealer to buy dust.
Right? I thought the same thing when I saw it, but it's like bright dust, and then the others was silver, where the only way you can buy silver is to physically buy silver, to my knowledge. It's the only way you can get silver. And the only thing you can buy with silver are the bright engrams. And you can buy 1, 3, 5, or then they have, like, the very first time you purchase, they have a it looks like a little blue. It actually kind of looks like a 20-side dice, actually, but it's a little blue one that's over there, and you hit that, and it gives you silver, 5 engrams, I think. I read up on it. What was the other thing? Oh, and dust. It gave you dust that way too. So it has all that involved in it, and then or you could buy, just the engrams themselves. And
what are in the engrams? Just ships and colors and things like that?
Yeah, it's like ships and stuff, but it's stuff you can only get. I mean, the way I read into it, it looks like it's only stuff that you can get from that particular dealer. And that's where I kind of have a problem with it. Is because I feel like I should be able to play the game and unlock some of the stuff. Because some of them are like the epic emotes and stuff like that, which I don't really give the shit that much about the emotes. But some of them are kind of fun, because one of them is like, it looks like somebody's writing in neon, and it looks like they're making like a big bowl of ramen noodle, which is kind of dumb, but it's kind of funny at the same time. And another one's where he's like makes like a table with like glasses and stuff on it. It looks like he's throwing a fit, so he's like tosses the table after he gets done, and that one's kind of funny too. But it looks like that's the only way you can get those. And I could be wrong, but that's the way it looks. And it's the same thing with the things you can buy with the dust. You can buy some of the exotic emotes, exotic ships, and things like that with those. But the bright engrams themselves, I mean, the ones that I've been getting have been whatever loot that I'm picking up. Like, I got one the other day, and I was like, what the fuck is this? Because I was at 230, 220, and I'd gotten a bright engram, and I took it back to her, unlocked the bright engram, and I got like a helmet that was a 10 defense. A level 10. And I'm like, why did I get a level 10? Why was this not higher? And what I got, and I was like, is it because whatever mission I got this from, I was supposed to be a lower level when you originally do it, and I went and played the main game instead of doing all the side quests first? So
Maybe.
I don't know. So it was kind of weird, but you can upgrade the equipment. So maybe that too. Do you like the way this looks? Just swap the equipment and upgrade it. I guess maybe. I don't know. So, but I don't know. It's just like for the engrams themselves, they're. I don't know. I guess it depends on how much you love the bright engram loot boxes that are in there, but to me, they're not that big of a deal. Because you pick up gear so often in that game, and like, remember how the whole problem with the shader system, and they're like, well, we changed how the shaders going. I'm not kidding you. I have to drop shaders because I have too many of them. Like, and everybody was bitching about this. Like, I've got way too many shaders. Like, because I'm not changing the color of my uniform, I guess is what you would call it. I'm not changing the color of my gear until I get to a certain point. But then I found out you could upgrade the gear as you go. And I was like, well, I like the look I have now. So now I'll start using these shaders. And I look through and I'm like, holy crap, there's no more spots for shaders. So there's no problem with the shaders either. Like, I just feel like people are bitching to bitch on some of this stuff.
I can't help but wonder with that if they didn't change the drop rate for shaders.
They said they did change the algorithm, and it's in a lot of the shaders I've gotten have been from public events. Right. So they drop like crazy in public events. But I don't know when it comes to and you'll get them from some of the bosses at the end of some of the missions and stuff you'll do. But for the most part, they've been easy to come by, and I got most of them just playing the regular game, just going through and play. So they might have changed how often you can get them. Like, maybe you were only able to get them from certain points in the game before, maybe just from the actual gameplay.
I kind of feel like then that was a needless change. Why would you make them consumables instead of just because you're just padding your loot table at that point?
Yeah.
Instead of it being something that's like, I picked this up once, it's mine forever, I have this color. Now I have 30 of them that I don't want to use because I'm afraid I'm going to change my gear and I may not have them in the future, but there's no need to have them because I have... It just seems like... It seemed like that was a needless change to pad what was dropping off of stuff. Be like, oh, look at all the loot that just dropped. Yeah, but 3 of them are shaders that I already have like 60 of in my bag. So
well, and they're 4 colors. Like, every one of the shaders has 4 colors involved in it. It's like, so... And the weird part to me is some of them will look the same. Like, I've got 3 that look almost identical when you look at them, but one will have, instead of black, it'll have gray. And then maybe the colors are in the wrong spots. Like, so they'll have, because basically they have 4 triangles making up that square. Right. And depending on what color triangles on top or the sides or the bottom depends on the look that it changes. And it's kind of like, wow, the fucking options that they have on this. Like, I did not see any of that coming. And it's a lot of, why can't you just, I click on one that's blue and you give me different shades of blue or whatever that's on there. But it's, I don't know. I got my guy the way I want him right now, which he's currently like crimson and white. So I'm cool with that. But, sorry, that's the one I had. I'm not kidding. Out of all the ones I had 15 of this one shader, and I'm like, I'll stick with this one, and it just happened to be crimson and white. So that's what I did for him. But they have, and I don't remember this before either. They have it to where, when you like transmit in, so they like teleport you into whatever world you're in, and you've got like this flare that'll come up around you or whatever. Depending on what ship you have, depends on what that flare is. So it'll have different flares, and then you can unlock those as well. And so like mine right now is a purple bunny head. So like when I come in, and purple bunny head pops up behind me. It's such a weird thing to add to it, but that's what I have. So
okay then. Let's see. Beyond Destiny 2, you guys want to talk about Star Wars or lawsuits? Or both?
We could do both. Let's do Star Wars first, since we talked about it last week. We can just...
It's a short article this time. Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing,
well, I think most of everything we had to say was last week.
Bans to cheat the credits because EA is stupid and such.
I saw somebody say, I don't see what the problem with this is, and then somebody else said, I'm not buying the game because of this, and then somebody else said, I don't see why this would make you not buy the game. Okay, well, first of all, Here's what the thing is. People are like, oh, we have to earn credits, but the game sucks, so we have to earn lots of credits in a useless way, so what are we going to do? Load into games and then AFK out, but if we put rubber bands on our controller, it'll make our character move so that we don't get kicked out for inactivity. So you earn credits by being dead weight in the game.
That's classic cheating right there. That's classic cheating right there. Using those.
Yeah, but the thing is now you're affecting the game, a multiplayer game, by going into the game and just sitting there.
I have a feeling that is why that commenter said that would make me not want to buy the game. Because who wants to load into a game and be the only person that's running around when you realize that your other, 9 teammates are all rubber banded and just doing circles in the back where they loaded in until they die.
On the plus side, if the other team is doing it too, that's just go up there and mow them down.
Or everybody in the game that just loaded in, all of the player characters are just doing circles and nothing is happening. So they spend the entire match until the time runs out.
What about the fact that this information is now out there to the public, outside of Reddit? Now it's on your mainstream sites, and people start doing this more often. And so, like what Baka said, you're that one guy that's shown up, the one guy. Out of the whole
one guy that's ready to play because he spent the past 2 weeks with his controller rubber banded and has enough credits to feel like a badass.
Well, but even then,
he still doesn't get to benefit from being a badass because everybody else is doing the same thing he's been doing.
Yeah, but what if you're this one guy that just got the game for, let's say, Christmas time? Somebody buys the game for Christmas time.
I don't know why they would.
Don't buy that as a Christmas present,
haven't paid attention to any news whatsoever.
Lives under a rock, apparently.
Right, yeah, lives under a rock. Haven't paid any attention to any news, gets the game, goes in and plays, and everybody's just doing circles and spinning or whatever, and you're like, oh, yeah, I'm Billy Badass. Now, his level is off the charts compared to the people that have just been running around in circles and not doing shit. Because...
Yeah, and then but I mean, how much fun is that, though, that every game you load into, you're like, yeah, the first few, you're like, I'm awesome at this game. I killed all the people on the other side, even though my teammates were doing the same thing. And, after about 10 matches, you're like, okay, seriously, I'm just tired of shooting at the droids.
Yeah, that shit gets boring real fast. Real fast.
That's why people didn't load up, single-player Halo games back in the day and put in a bunch of extra bots. Just soldiers that are standing around. Because what's the fun in shooting somebody that's standing still?
I don't know. I mean, unless you made all the bots perfect dark level bots.
Oh
no,
my
but the thing
god,
is, if
really?
Bots that would move, you could just put in stand-in soldiers, so they would just stand there. So what's the fun in running around and shooting something that's standing in a spawn point?
I guess the other thing about that is
you would rounds, and it's like, okay, I'm bored. I'm gonna go play another game.
To be fair, though, the other thing about it is too, though. Let's say that Baka loads in, and there's all these people that are standing in spawn points, just spinning in circles. He's gonna memorize where all the spawn points are at, so when he gets into a legit game,
spawn campers.
Spawn camping.
Nothing about this situation with Star Wars has promoted a healthy online multiplayer experience. It's all just constantly just a bunch of garbage, stupid shit.
And it's getting worse and worse, and I'm pretty sure Disney's going to really be stepping in on a lot of this because of the fact that, what was it, Belgium?
Belgium and Hawaii.
Belgium decided that it was gambling. Hawaii, the senator, let me check the article. Some guy that's important.
Democrat politician. It doesn't really say.
Democrat politician. Somebody doesn't like it.
State representative, actually.
Okay,
Chairman
so
of the House Energy and Environmental Protection Committee.
Yeah. Said that it's gambling. Which, I think... Where's the quote that I liked? Oh my god. I highlighted it and then I clicked off the page and I guess when I clicked back in, I unhighlighted the thing I liked so much. But basically it was gambling. It's a gambly thing. You've put entertainment and addiction together and are allowing people to pay for randomized stuff. So it's gambling.
I love it. This game is a Star Wars themed online casino designed to lure kids into spending money.
That's what I was looking for. He also said it's a trap, which please, if you're ever talking Star Wars, please don't use that. It's a trap now. Please stop. Find another line from any of the other movies that is not that. Okay? Everything that has to do with Star Wars, here's how you show you're out of touch. Say it's a trap.
Well, you could say, I have a bad feeling about this.
You could say a lot of stuff.
Which is the more
There are a lot of
popular
great
line,
lines,
It's like a
actually.
but
million
still.
pens cried out in anger, and we're never silenced.
It's just, So loot boxes are gambling now, according to certain places. Although, to be fair, they did say that it's probably going to be a long time before any sort of repercussions are seen for something like that. Because now everybody, if it's gambling, there's got to be laws and statutes and everything put into order and into place, and then tested out, and you know.
But I mean,
Can't just
even
make
still,
illegal,
like the fact that some
you
of
know-
these places are going, yeah, it's gambling. Will probably make Disney go, okay, we need to change this now because Disney, gambling, kids do not go hand in hand.
No. And I think the only way you could skirt around it is to do what they did, which was remove the microtransaction side of it. And say, okay, well, you can play the game and then get loot boxes that way, but we can't actually sell you loot
Technically,
boxes.
that's the best way to do it, is to remove the money aspect from it. Otherwise, you're just playing the game for the loot boxes. You're not spending
the
any
only
real
problem
currency.
I have is, you know, we've had this discussion before, the difference between Battlefront 2's loot boxes and something like Overwatch. But Overwatch gets thrown into this conversation.
All the time.
All the
Because
time,
Loot
and it's
boxes,
like...
as soon as you say loot boxes, what do you think of? Whenever you hear
Overwatch.
loot boxes, what's the first game that you think of?
Overwatch.
Regardless of the context, is the first thing that you think of, so it is automatically going to be thrown into the
And
argument.
it gets
no matter
looped
what.
into it. And I'm like, it's not the same. One affects
this
gameplay, one
you
doesn't.
trying to buy power versus cosmetics that don't change gameplay at all. Which, granted, I'm still miffed, as we saw for my Halloween discussion, of the fact that I can't just straight out earn credits and buy some of the skins I want, that it's all gambling through the loot box system, even though it is cosmetic. But I'd rather it be cosmetic items that I can't get to because I don't play enough matches or something, than somebody can outbuy me. I mean...
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, you
I
just
just
got to
don't-
save up enough coins. And
We got to play the game more.
yeah, I mean,
It's
people who
fucked
play
up.
the game a
What?
lot, like the level is infinite, and the XP never grows. Like when you start your first level 1 to level 30, you get a shitload of loot boxes for just playing a couple of matches because the XP doesn't ever grow. You're earning the same XP. Your first level 1 to 100 scales up to 20,000 XP, and then once you get to 20,000 XP, that's what it is for every level from there on out up to level 999.
Yep.
And then so on and,
And
so on
beyond.
and so on. Yeah. So, I mean, there's so many levels, and you get free loot boxes forever and ever and ever and ever. And it's all cosmetic. So, I
Yep.
mean, there's a big difference between that. Yeah, you can buy them, but you don't fucking have to. Blizzard gives you so
You done
fucking
fucked
many.
up. That's what it
Yep.
is.
Plus,
all
doing
it
the arcade events every week, you can earn like 3 of them that way easily.
4. You get 1 for playing the most popular arcade game, and then you get 1 for every 3 wins you get in arcade every week. So I mean, they give you so many free loot boxes, and it's not a progression system inside the game either, which is a huge issue. Don't put a progression system inside of a loot box system. It's awful. Like, what the hell?
Yes. Agreed. Well, so we don't rehash everything that we talked about on last week's show, we're going to go ahead and skip to lawsuits and children. Children being sued because children are stupid. Let me just throw this out there. Just because you 14 don't mean you ain't stupid. You stupid.
You stupid. Don't be so stupid.
And mom's probably a little dumb too. But Epic is suing. They issued a couple of lawsuits, and one of them is against a 14-year-old because he posted a video using mods and cheats in Fortnite, the Battle Royale stuff, and Epic issued a DMC claim on the video on YouTube, and
Right.
the kid appealed it, and basically is like, I want it, this is not anything that I should be taken down, I want to be able to keep it up. Well, the problem with that is that beyond that, Epic's only recourse of action is, okay, fine, you can leave it up, we'll remove our DMC takedown notice, or lawsuits. And they're like, well, we need that taken down, so lawsuit it is. And
Right.
here's where we are. But the mom of the 14-year-old is apparently not happy, as, you know, you probably should be displeased by your 14-year-old being a dickhead. And
Don't be such a dickhead, you little kid.
You can see how we feel about cheaters around here, folks.
Yeah.
Clearly.
We take you out back.
wrote a very strongly worded letter that basically cited that the kid was using cheat codes from a public website, which is true, but he was displaying them, which is the problem. So go ahead and counter that then. And that because he was 14, he wasn't able to agree to the terms of service for the game to start with. So it's not his fault. But in that terms of service, it says if you are underage, you must be approved to play this by a parent, which the mom is saying we didn't approve it. Okay, but that's still you as a parent not knowing what your child is doing online. So
Yep.
I don't really think that shit's gonna fly either.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna hold up in court.
No, it's correct. You cannot have a minor, an agreement with a minor is not legally binding.
Right. Which is
that
what
is
the
absolutely
terms of
100%
service
correct.
says.
But, however, with this particular case, this goes back to what we've all said before, which we've all been in situations at a retail company that sells video games, and the person behind the counter saying, this is what this game entails, this is what it is, da-da-da-da-da, because legally you have to do it.
Yep.
You're selling a game that is not meant for minors to a minor, so you have to tell the parent. And when it comes to that, the mom needs to chill, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. You're upset because your 14-year-old's being sued, but the problem is that it says that you have to know what, like, basically, if they're playing this game, it's because you as a parent or adult or legal guardian said that they could, and if you didn't, I mean, that doesn't absolve poor little Billy of any sort of, culpability in committing a crime. Just because you didn't know he robbed the liquor store down the street doesn't mean that it's okay. I mean, that's not how it works. There's still an accountability issue here, and the fact that he was using cheats and mods and then displaying them for other people to see how to use them and where to get them, she claims that it's not damaging because the Battle Royale part of Fortnite is free to play, and that's true. But it still does damage the community.
Right.
And it can hurt further purchases because you've just showed everybody that the system can be cheated and that you're cheating it and other people are cheating it. So now people don't want to buy games in the future from the same company because they're worried of the same cheating.
Did they have has anybody played the Battle Royale on theirs?
Yeah, we played it a few times.
Yeah.
Did they have a loot box system that you purchase, like the
as far as I can
things
tell,
you wear and stuff?
I don't think so. I think you get like a pre-made character. Like every time you start a new game, you get a randomly generated character. Maybe there are a few.
I didn't know if there was like
assets.
abilities or something like that. Not necessarily abilities, but
yeah, I think it just there are a few things that you can get the holiday. I actually don't know, but maybe cosmetic things. But other than that, I don't think so at all.
Right. Okay. I was just wondering because I'm trying to think of trying to figure out the way that whole system's set up there, because I'm trying to figure out why would you create a battle royale if you can't make anything off of it. But maybe it's to promote the other game.
Well, that's definitely going to be part of it, is so that you can sell the single player side of things / multiplayer. You can play with friends too. It's just not the battle royale. But yeah, I think so. And
then Epic Games is correct.
Yep.
Because I mean, if people are
I'm
unhappy
just mad
playing a
that
free to
Sun did
play,
something stupid. And you know this could have all been completely avoided. All that had to happen was when Fortnite or Epic issued their DMC takedown notice on YouTube. The kid just had to go, well, shit, that sucks, and then stop. That
or
the fucking end
mother,
of it.
as a parent, going, okay, what the crap is going on? And then once she figures it out, go, you take that shit down now.
Yeah, I mean, there are so many simple answers to this. I don't understand why it's so difficult.
Mom's like, oh no, my little Jimmy is just 14, so none of this shit's legal and you can't sue him. Okay,
They'll go
then
after
we'll just sue you because
Yes,
you're little
that's-
Jimmy's legal guardian that apparently approved all of this stuff and allowed him to have unsupervised access to the internet.
And if you didn't approve it, well, then
That's
guess
your
what?
fault.
There's
but
no
you know
lawsuit
this
involved.
this goes back. I've got several friends that are teachers, and it goes back to when I was a kid. If I messed up in class, then it was my fault. Now you mess up in class, it's the teacher's fault.
It's because
So
everybody is entitled. Stop raising your children as entitled little bastards, everybody. They're not.
Little bastard
dickheads. The world
dickheads.
is not, oh, little Jimmy fucking shit. Little Jimmy needs to be a responsible adult one day. Stop fucking doing this.
Yep. Stop killing society.
Oh my
Stop.
god.
You're going to be bailing him out forever and ever and ever.
Yes, because little Jimmy certainly didn't do anything wrong.
Little Jimmy.
No.
Excuse me, little Jimmy cheated, first of all. Why are you not upset about that part of it? Little Jimmy couldn't play a game in a legitimate fashion. Are you not upset that you didn't instill better ethics in your child than that kind of shit?
Jesus
He's
Christ.
just getting an edge over everyone else by being, smart and thinking outside the box.
People teach their kids to cheat now. I'm not kidding.
My god.
One of the things that I do on Wednesday nights is I host a trivia night. I'm not kidding. This past Wednesday night, I said 3 times, do not use any type of electronic device, phones, anything like that. One of the groups, which I knew did not know the answer because 3 of them were under the age of 10, and then their mom would not have been her, because I know who she is, would not have been her style of trivia, and they were using a phone the whole time, so I had to disqualify them. And trying to tell a little kid where are we at in place and going, I'm sorry, you're disqualified because you've been using a phone the whole time.
You've been cheating.
Yeah, you've been cheating. I had to parent your kid? Are you serious right now?
That's
I'm not
just
cheating.
so
I'm just
fucked
using
up.
Teaching
tools
kids to
given to me
cheat?
by my parents.
Oh.
If you decide to have a spawn, everybody, listen up. Here's some pro tips for life. If you decide to make a person, then you are responsible for that person. And if you're teaching them shitty things, that is why we have problems with shitty people. Because those shitty little things turn into shitty big things. So stop questioning what's wrong with the world. You are what's wrong with the world. Stop. Jesus
All I can think of now is an
Christ.
episode of South Park with Bono where he's actually just a giant piece of shit. How can someone do so many great things and still be a giant piece of shit?
Because he is a giant piece of shit.
Oh my god. Stop it. Stop teaching your child bad habits. And mother of this child, stop defending this bad habit. Just be like, my child fucked up. We're gonna do whatever we can to fix this. Sorry,
He's gonna
everybody.
take down that video. He's gonna be grounded.
We're gonna
and
take
it's
away
like
his internet.
no one never does that anymore.
Oh.
Go to your room with all your electronic devices and entertainment and everything else that you always stay in there anyways and play with.
That was not how it worked when I was a kid.
No, we had everything taken away.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
I got beat.
Yeah.
Well, not beat as in Child Protective Services should be called, but I stepped out of line and I got spanked. It was fear of God. Mom's like, do you want to be in trouble right now? That's all
No.
my mom had to say. I was like, nope. I will stop whatever it is that I was doing because I will not do that.
You know what the best part about having a Switch for your child? It's the easiest console to take away. You literally just take it and hide it. Done. It's taken away from you. You're done. You can leave the base hooked up, and they can just sit there and stare and realize the fact they can't play the damn thing.
Damn.
But oh my god, it's just.
I can't believe that this mother is trying to defend her child's actions. Stop it. They did something
Timmy
wrong.
does nothing
Admit
wrong.
it.
Sure, he cheated, but what does that matter?
Well, and you can't just be like, oh, he was using mods and cheats from a public site, which means other people can use it. That doesn't... Okay, if Jimmy's friend jumped off of a bridge, would Jimmy jump off of a bridge and would that be okay because Jimmy's friends did it? It was a
And
public
everybody
bridge.
else has access to it.
Yeah. That
Anybody
bridge
else
is
can
public
jump off,
access.
too.
Is that okay, Mom? Is it? No! Fucking A!
It's the internet. People have access to all sorts of crazy things.
It's a public road, so my son should be able to play ball on the front of it. It's access to everybody. I can't believe he got hit by a car. I don't understand what's going on. What could this possibly be?
It's so stupid. There's so many analogies that you could use for that and be like,
People
why
kill
does this
me.
parent not see this?
People kill me. I don't get it.
Besides, Epic's probably got way more lawyer power than this family does, so I think this might just be making things worse. Stop. It's not helping. It's not helping.
Yeah. We have no law degrees. Let's go ahead and state that now. Out of the 4 of us, there are no law degrees here, but pretty sure open shut case if we were doing it. I mean, it's
we were on, the jury or whatever, we would just go, just either take it down or take the lawsuit. One of the options.
Can we call child services on this lady?
Well, I think one of the things that I will agree with some of the commenters about is that I don't understand too why, if the cheat codes were on a public site, why they're not going after that site as well. Which I mean, maybe they are, but maybe it's much more behind closed doors because there's not a public angry letter from a mother.
Well, most likely that's it. But here's the other thing too: is if there are these cheats on the site, from a developer standpoint, shouldn't you be able to look at it and go, "Hey, keep these up, because we're gonna have some fucking fun with this shit." So if they're able to do this, and they type this in, this happens. Change the system the way it is.
If you type in this cheat code, all of a sudden your gun doesn't shoot things anymore.
Yeah.
Or it just shoots chickens that do no damage.
Yep, exactly. The chickens that do no damage.
So, I mean, it's smart because you can see what the enemy is using,
That's true.
And then you're like, oh, okay, so this is what they're doing. If we ever see this, we know how to counteract it.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're not playing in the shady business and sitting out in bright daylight going, this is how we break your game, and the guy's like, all right, just go ahead and keep telling me how you're doing that. Yeah.
And to be fair, look at it this way too: is let's say little Jimmy gets sued, right? In turn, Mom gets sued. Mom now doesn't need to have a lawsuit back at Epic. She needs to have one at the website that had the information that got her son kicked off of the game or whatever.
Countersuit.
Yep. So if she's gonna have one, because that's the access.
Well, there may
was
also
there.
be. I've not been to this website, obviously, but there may be something that you click as a terms of service thing that says that you will not use these cheat codes in a multiplayer setting or something like that absolves them sort of of culpability in it.
Fair enough.
So there may be something on that end of it too.
Yep, they can put it in there. These are for entertainment and fun only. You cannot use them in any other aspect of the game.
Yeah, there have been a few companies who do that too, like all sorts of different
GameShark probably
things.
did something like that. Back in the day. Granted, that was all your single player stuff. That wasn't anything to do with playing online. Which I think is shitty anyway. You should not be looking for cheat codes to play games online, everybody.
No.
This is why games like APB was, that and other reasons, but...
That was pay to win. Like, oh my god.
Yeah, but people were still using aimbots in that game that made it, even less fun.
Yeah,
People
pay to
use
win
aimbots
with
a lot.
Snipe with a pistol from 300 yards away? I don't think so.
No shit.
It's like headshot. What? And it wasn't like, okay, he just got really lucky for some stupid reasons. Like, I spawned back up and ran running back out. Headshot! Okay.
I know we're running a little long and whatnot, and I can already tell that this is going to have a lot of editing. So I just wanted to mention, before we, start trying to wind down and everything, that if you're interested in Sea of Thieves, you can sign up for the open beta stuff that's going to happen soon.
It's
You
open
just have to go to their
alpha.
website.
Open alpha, and I've already signed up.
So have I.
I did too.
Sign up.
So
Sign up. They are opening the floodgates.
let's go be pirates together,
Everybody
everybody.
is allowed to play.
Those that are signing up, just so you know, take about 15 minutes of your time, because there's a questionnaire that goes along with this.
Which is neat. It's a neat little questionnaire.
It's really cool little questionnaire. In my case, it asked me Xbox One or PC, and I could
both.
put both.
I clicked
which I thought was
both.
pretty freaking cool.
Yes.
So I was like, both. I'll take it. Yeah, give me that.
Hell
I
yeah.
don't care. Give me what you need. So I'm excited. If we get into the alpha thing, and
That'd be I think
it is
everybody's
very
gonna get into
interesting.
the alpha.
I think it's funny though, because it's like everybody can get into the alpha, but it says you cannot tell anybody that you're playing this game.
Yes.
And I'm like,
We won't
But if
tell
everybody-
anybody that we're playing, except for, because we need to... How do you get your friends together to play if none of you can tell each other that you're playing?
No. The NDA, usually NDAs say that you're not allowed to discuss anything about the game. You could say you're playing it, but you're not allowed to say
it
anything
actually
else.
said you cannot tell people you're playing through that one.
Really?
Yeah, it said it on there. I was like, are you kidding me?
Okay, let's go be pirates together. in the same area, maybe, but we can't confirm that, but we won't deny that. And if
Is
we
that true
happen
over there?
to run
I don't
into
know.
each
Maybe.
other,
Am I waving?
then,
I'm assuming it's for more of like public use. Like you
Yeah.
can't like go to the local newspaper and go and play.
Well,
this
I mean, I would
game.
like to see them try to monitor everybody's home lives anyway.
Yeah, right. But I imagine if your friends got in, you could turn around and go, "Hey, did you get in? No. Did you get in? Yes. Okay, good to go."
Yes.
But I love the question too. Is like, how many hours do you play a week of games? And I'm like, I don't know how to answer this question.
How many hours did you play? I think it was like 15 plus was the highest, and I clicked
Yeah.
that one. I was like,
Yeah.
it's that. I was trying to figure it out, and I was like, well, Monday through Friday, I play usually like 3 to 4 hours, and then there's the weekend, so more than 15.
Yeah.
15 hours. I play that one game or one day.
Well, and I'd played.
Those are amateur
I'd played
hours.
like. I'd played Destiny for like 2 days straight. I think I'd played 14 hours of Destiny alone.
I spent all day yesterday playing Dragon Age, like literally all day yesterday.
Is this like your 5th time through that game?
Shut up and don't judge me.
Just ask a simple question. It wasn't judgment. Well, it was a little.
Well, I've
A
been
little
playing
bit.
Dragon Age 2 actually, which will only be my 3rd time through Dragon Age 2. So
Oh.
Third time through the original Dragon Age Origins, 3rd time through Dragon Age 2, 5 times through Dragon Age Inquisition. You could tell she's a big fan.
5 might be a little on the low side.
No,
Don't judge me. I don't know what you're talking about.
You were
Go talk
definitely,
to
you
somebody
were at
else.
least 5 times through Dragon Age Inquisition, at least.
That's why I said it might be a little on the low side.
Yeah,
Because there
definitely
is
on the low side.
probably more. But thank you for trying to be generous with that.
Too funny. Too funny.
Don't look at me.
Did you mention that you have to sign up by December 1st?
I did not. I'm sorry. Got
Okay.
derailed. Yes, for Sea of
Yes.
Thieves, you have to sign up by December 1st to save your place in the line.
Fun fact: this episode comes out on Friday. Just teasing.
Holy
I
shit.
was like, what day is it? I
You're
don't
gonna
even
be
know
like,
what
"Oh,
day
damn,
it
what?"
is. So hopefully you're listening to this on the day that it comes out or watching it so that you know, because now you have subsequently, depending on what day I get it up, either 2 or 1 days left.
2 or 1
I'm
day?
excited.
2 days left.
Should be good.
It'd be 3
Sea
or
of
4
Thieves.
days. Wait, when's the 1st? It's not Friday, is it? Is it Friday?
Yeah, right. The 1st is Friday.
Okay, so yeah, you'll have 2 or 3 days. Or if she gets it up today, 4 days. But
I'm
whatever.
gonna try to get it up today. My plan is, as soon as we're done with the show, have everybody send me their audio files. I will edit it, and then we will go grocery shopping while it mixes into a video, and then I will upload it. That is my plan.
The plan.
But that is all hinging on Comcast not being shitty with our upload.
Oh, it's gonna be shitty with our upload.
What? You're trying to do important things? Slow it to a crawl, boys.
I'm still convinced they do this shit on purpose.
Well, this is twice now, because yesterday this happened again, where Chicken has gotten on with their tech support, and he's like told them all the problems. They do the same shit every fucking time, even though we're like, can't you check your records and realize you did this yesterday? But as soon as he's done with their like online chat conversation and he's agreed to have a tech come out, they will wait like 2 hours and then be like, we did some things on our end. Is it better for you? And if you speed test it, yeah, it probably is. But like 4 hours later, it won't be. It's like,
That's crazy.
Comcast.
Well, it's also
Fucking A.
it shows. I do a lot of the Twitch testing thing, and it shows like there's a lot of instability in the afternoon, which is what I was streaming at regularly, and then there's a lot of stability in the evening hours when I didn't stream a lot. So it's almost like they're trying to slow
throttling
me
your peak
down during
hours.
my prime hours that I use.
That's exactly what they're trying to do.
and then they always ask if we want to upgrade our plan. It's like, you're
Oh
not
my
giving
God.
me the speed that I'm paying for right now. No,
So-
I don't want to upgrade
if you
until
give them
can get your shit
$300 a
together.
month, you'll have at least one day you could stream.
I'm ready. Like I told Chicken, I was like, I'm so glad that you are handling this, because I am ready to like perpetrate physical violence on people because of this.
You?
I'm
No.
gonna warn them too. I'm gonna be like, hey,
Lies.
if you don't start giving me what I pay for, I'm gonna send my wife on you, and you guys
There you
will
go.
be sorry about that.
Too funny. Too funny.
Well, yeah. So that's where we are with that. That's why there hasn't been any streams lately.
Yes, unfortunately.
So
mad
bad.
right now. Somebody
All right.
else go.
Well,
good?
I think that's it. I think that's it for the show.
Okay.
Woo! Awesome sauce. We do appreciate everybody each and every week that comes out and listens to us either on the audio or watches us on YouTube. Hopefully it's a decent YouTube one. I got crackling sides on my side. I hope you all are decent over there. Make sure that you follow us on Twitter as well at InfiniteResPC. Check me out personally at MDB Oaktree. Check out Grif.
At Grif Slanum.
Check out Chicken.
At Elite Chicken 313.
Check out Baka.
Baka Pickle.
As I mentioned before, make sure that you do go to our YouTube channel. You can go to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Infinite Respawn. Woot woot.
I like your
What? Yeah, what else? We got that right there. We good.
That was great.
And then also make sure that you go to our website as well, infiniterespawn.com. Go on there, join the forums, and hang out. For Infinite Respawn, I'm Oaktree.
I'm Grif.
I'm Chicken.
I'm Baka.
Bye.
See ya.
Please hang up and try again.